Simsport presents BSTV TCR Season 25. Drivers spends weeks preparing, building setups, studying telemetry, watching replays, writing essays in Discord about tire pressures. Everybody think they are a championship contender. Then qualifying start, the guys who predicted pole positions, P27, emotional damage, door-to-door battles, late braking, questionable judgment, and confidence levels completely unrelated to talent. One ambitious dive into turn 1 and suddenly you have become part of somebody else's highlight reels. Emotional damage. Trying to explain it all are BSTV commentators Jay Colley and Pete Bingham. One sees a racing incident, the other sees an emotional damage incident. Welcome to BSTV TCR Season 25. Trust nobody. The battle begins now.
Oh, you don't turn me on.
You totally said that live on stream as well.
I know, that was on purpose.
Dear. So, welcome folks. I am very, very late to this. This is the media day race, the test for trial for ABS in season 25. Do we do it? Don't we do it? There's a lot of discussion, and not all of it is not all of it's been helpful. So we're gonna test it out for ourselves. So we've missed I've completely missed the first of tonight's races for you. So apologies for that, but I will show you what happened very, very quickly. Your winner was Pete Newman. Pascal was for Switch It Racing was second, and Stephen Walker was third for BSTV Esports. Jamie Wilson just outside the podium there. The first of our AM class drivers, yes, was Josh Taylor in 11th, with Laura Miser in 12th, and Odie Payne in 15th, third in class there. We won't talk too much more about that because the warm-up session has just gone checkered. So that means we're going to grid very shortly. I am Pete Bingham, and I'm joined in the booth as ever with Sam Boozing. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
So this is not a points contributing race, everybody. This is, oh, look at that, he's reversed the grids as well for the second race. Good lad, Jamie. Right, so Odie Payne will lead us away. Stefan Klauker will go off second. Let me extend gridding very quickly. Jeff Saunders off third. Laura Miser off fourth. Josh Taylor off fifth. Euro Larkinen off sixth. Seventh will be Thomas Dandridge. Pete Van Gool off eighth. Stefan Goebel off ninth. I've not got my glasses on. Wait a minute. I've got my glasses here. 10th will be Simon Trendle. Oh, look at that, technical. 11th will be Thomas Asboth. Jamie Wilson will go off 12th. Move it forward. 13th will be Stephen Walker. Pascal will go off 14th. Pete Newman's punishment for winning the first race is 15th. 16th we'll see Carl Hardy. 17th will be RDJ. 18th will be CVDB. Demis will go off 19th. Michael Hall off 20th. 21st will be David Johansson. 22nd will be Silas. 23rd will be Jaden. Ashley Beard will go off 24th. This is all about, folks, testing the no ABS option as a driving aid in this next series of BSTV TCR Challenge Cup. We are going to have at the end of this this race a podcast style discussion with all of the guys in the field who want to have that discussion. I will meet them in the meeting room as opposed to the interview room, or rather, let's see where they all congregate first, and then we'll send them messages after that. Are you seeing everything I'm seeing, Sam? That's the most important thing right now.
What do you mean? I see people on the grid.
Excellent, cool. Are you seeing my cameras, as in my changes of camera and things like that? If I do
No, I
that
don't think
and
so.
go back,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
okay.
I saw.
Right, okay. As long as you're seeing everything that I'm seeing and you've got your own telemetry, etc., that's good. Right, okay, folks. So there's a few people at the bottom of the field there which have been in the session and are no longer in the session. So Renee, Tom, Dietmar, Fraser. Let's see what happens with this race now. BVG, Ashley Beard, still not in the session. Let's see how we get on now. Somebody did not go. I think it was Laura. But Odie Payne is away nicely. Now, this ABS assist option, driving assist. Oh, gee whiz. Okay, so that's somebody out in the weeds. I think that was Pete Newman that got the rough end of that. It was. So, multiple previous champion Pete Newman getting the rough end of the first lap. No block track, so we carry on racing. And off we go to the races, folks. You'll see a lot of them out of their normal paint schemes. Laura, where you going, mate? Laura's out. Oh, yeah, out in another postcode at the minute. You better come. What was that? When did you see
Someone
that?
just came over. I don't know who that was, but another car. I think that was Jaden.
Oh, was it Jaden
Yes.
Scotton? Right, okay.
Yeah, across the grass and just in the front of the car. But yeah.
Right. So yeah, they'll be out of their paint schemes. They won't all have the right banners. Not everybody's registered for the race.
Three wide.
Yet. Oh yeah, 3 wide into the tightest hairpin on iRacing. Great effort, guys. That was Stephen Walker.
That's a chicane, not an hairpin. But
Sorry. Yes. Very good. Cheers. It's a good job you're here. It really is, because I'd just be talking nonsense all night.
But honestly, I watched race 1 and not like deep into it, but I did watch some of the racing, and so far it doesn't look that different from what we used to. It's a practice run, so they're probably a bit more aggressive in some aspects and maybe trying to go and see where the limits are.
Yeah.
But I think racing is not different. Maybe there's a different feel for the drivers. I'm not questioning that, but the racing looked good to me.
Yeah. So
especially as in a practice run.
So ABS, it stops the rear axle from freezing. It is a one portion of the benefit you get from it. If you watch normal BTCC in the UK, you will see that when they cock up that little back leg, as they go over curbs and things on very sharp turns, the wheel will freeze because it locks, and that's what ABS prevents. Now, I can hear lots of sliding and skidding going through here. Oh, look at that crowd. It is a benefit in the fact that it will prevent that happening, and ABS I'm talking about, but it's a retardant feature. So if you can get it right and that feature does not exist, then you will be faster over the course of the lap, as long as you can control that feature. So I am where Pete is right now, just so that everybody knows. I'll be open and honest, and I'll find my message to others. I won't tell you who those others are. But
I do have a question though.
Oh, go on.
Isn't ABS something for braking?
Yes.
And it does help with the rear axle.
Yeah, because it affects all wheels. Yeah. So it stops
on the braking, I would say yes, but
yeah, but you've got brakes on the rear wheels.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't question that.
Yeah. Everybody's out in the weeds at the minute. But it affects all wheels. So and it prevents lockups. That's the whole point. Anti-lock braking system. I'm not trying to preach to the converted. I'm not trying to teach grannies to suck eggs. But what I will say is that here is my current position on this as we look at Odie Payne, still miles out in front there, ahead of Stefan Klauke, who we're on board with. Well, we're not on board with, but we're focused on at the minute. And Jura Larkinen in third. Stephen Walker in the Napa paint scheme, giving him chase. And Josh Taylor rounds out your top 5 right now. So my concerns are that we are too close to season 25. I think that if drivers want to turn ABS off on their cars, there's an advantage they can do so. If the officials had also changed to reflect the lack of ABS then it wouldn't even be a conversation starter. We've raced with all driving aids in every series of BSTV from the very start of its existence in order to support the developing driver, and therefore why would I change that now? If it could be controlled by class, I'd take it every day and make the pro drivers and probably the pro-ams race with the aid off, and the AM class drive with ABS. Continuing through 25 and launching it in 26, I'm all up for that. That gives us 13 weeks to sort out exactly what is going on, and gives people a chance to test it fully. And then, of course, people are registered already for season 25 on the understanding originally that they booked in it with ABS available to them. So those are my concerns. 7 concerns, because I wrote them down early. I have counter arguments from people in the league. No singular person has contributed to that counter argument, but I'm wanting to see from this session and hear from this session from the drivers themselves at the end of this race what the opinion is about this. Is it so fundamentally different to normal racing that you can't reconvert it back, so that when you got in officials it was a penalty to you technically because you had to change your driving style so much that you could never retain it? Or are we looking at a situation where it's actually proving to be ever so slightly a benefit when you get into an official situation and the OBS is reapplied, because you've got that other world application. Now, the lack of ABS makes it more real because most of the TCR series in the world don't use it, which is also something I'm in favour of. I would love to be someone that said, I actually backed this because, because it's actually developed our drivers. And why wouldn't I want to do that? So here we are, folks. That's the fence that I'm sat on right now. I've got splinters in my bum. I want to hear your take on it as well, Sam. So what's your opinion on all of this?
I mean, it will please some drivers, it will be the opposite for others.
Yeah.
I much prefer cars without ABS, but that's a personal opinion.
Yep.
It's harder at some stages, but as you said, it makes you a better driver, I think. But I mean, we're racing in a big community, especially the TCR one, with a full grid last season of over 60 people registered. So there's a lot of people to take into account in this, and not just a few people that voice their feelings, and most of them don't say anything. So it will be a bit of... I think I agree with what you said at the start, your concern, but we'll see what people think about it after this race, which, as I said at the start of the second one, I think the racing has been good for race 1. A few incidents, but I mean, we're on Oulton Park, so the track itself is probably not the best to have a clean racing because it's so narrow and so there's not a lot of places to make moves, and one mistake on this track is probably worse than a mistake on a big track like Spa-Francorchamps.
Right. Okay.
That's what I have to say.
No. All of that is absolute common sense. Well, it's not common sense. It's great opinion, and you know what I'm like. I'm not the ultimate diplomat, but I will take the community's best interests at heart. So I will want to be... Oh, I've got Yura in the wrong bracket on your timing tower, folks. Sorry. He moved up after he won the championship. His banner in the windscreen is right. I've corrected that, but I'll sort that in the SDK file in a second. So he will be in Pro this season. His punishment for winning Pro-Am. He's your current and reigning Pro-Am champion. Right. I want to know why Fraser's not in the in the race anymore. He was definitely in the session. I would invite him to join us for the podcasty bit later on at the end of the race, if he can still do so. I was busy typing out a message to Dan Lewis. When you say you totally agree with me on the chat, what is it that you're totally agreeing with me? And if you want to join us in the booth, Dan rather, then do so. This is not a normal race. Drop yourself in the interview room and let's have a chat about it, because whilst the guys are running in the background, points-wise, it means nothing. This is a media day, so we're just going to see how many lockups we can observe, etc., etc., because that, for me, is a key indicator of people not being able to adjust to the driving standard, etc., etc. So you'll see some that, like David Johansson there, who've got their colour blocked out because he's not yet signed up to the series for 25, and I've purged the world of I've purged the world of people that haven't signed up. So
He did register, I think, earlier
when
on.
did he? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh no, that's not
25?
him. No, that's not him. That's not him.
Yeah, I was
No,
going
no.
to say I'm bad, but I'm not terrible. Well,
You're
maybe
not bad.
David says he's happy to go either way. However, isn't a simulator supposed to simulate the real world? I agree with you. In the real world, for everything apart from IMSA, runs without ABS in TCR. Everywhere else runs without ABS. So unless we want to say that IMSA is the centre of the universe and the only TCR series that runs on planet Earth, then yeah, we should be running with ABS. Otherwise, if we want to emulate the majority, if we want to go for the 80-20 rule, right, and 80% being what the majority of TCRs in the world do and 20% what the minority do in terms of series, then we would be turning off ABS this season, right now. So I don't know whether that fulfills whatever you're wanting to know, David, or not. Please do respond in the chat. I'm keen. Tonight is all about getting feedback from everybody around me. Here we go. Nice overtake on the inside there from Carl Hardy on Jamie Wilson. Simon Trendle, why are you languishing
Meatball.
in pit road? Oh, meatball. Oh God, didn't even spot that. Thanks. Right, I didn't see him crash with anybody, and he's not got an incident. No, not that I can see.
Maybe if
no, he
they
did.
bundle
He
at the
did.
chicane.
Nah, he did this. Whatever this is. Trees.
It's choppy on me.
Oh, you got different cameras. Right, so he's going into Lodge. No, he's not. He's going into Old Hall. He's on the grass on the exit of Old Hall. How is that an
Taking too long
incident?
to show any incident. Yeah, that's not an
It's not
incident.
an incident. Right, okay. So, don't know how he's got a meatball. That's new.
I think tire bundle at the chicane is probably the best bet.
Yeah, true. Odie Payne losing positions, but let's face it, the people that's in front of him are the super fast guys in the world. He's a really good racer, massively solid. Usually, he is a safeguard racer, safeguard by result clothing. And Chesney's got a meatball now as well and is in the pits. Okay, that might be another one for the real. Oh, hang on. Chesney Vandenbroek did what? Let's have a look at what happened to CBDB. Okay, he's going through Cascades. No, he's not. He's going in. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right about these, Sam. He's hit the tyres.
And I think that's exactly what happened to Simon, either of that or the next one.
Yeah, well, I'm focused on why are people... Ooh, somebody else has gone to pits. Jamie.
Pit stop?
Oh, of course. What an idiot. Yeah, this is a 40-minute race. Oh, dear me, folks. Dear me.
It's
Somebody
okay,
sort me
it's
out.
okay.
Thanks, Sam. Good grief.
I mean, it's Sunday evening.
I know.
We're usually laying in the couch or, in front of the TV or listening to music or doing other stuff.
In a coma, usually, yeah. Yeah. Oh, dear. Early in the day, folks, for me, honestly. given my life in recent days. Jeff Saunders here, putting lots and lots of pressure on Demis. Demis in that Racing Forces car. There's a lot of people in the council paints because they haven't uploaded their paint schemes to the website just yet. Right, let's see what's gonna transpire from all of this. Pascal, he seems. I think Pascal might be faster than I think he is. I put him in Pro-Am. Might have to revise that. He was very, very fast in the Pit Stop Cup, and he's fast here again.
I think he did the pole for race 1 as well.
Did he really? Okay. Okay.
Or pole or second position, and he was tied with Stephen Walker.
Right, fair enough. Right, let's see if there's any responses to any of my queries on chat. Daniel Lewis, I agree with you why you shouldn't change it. It's open setup. If you want it off, you can. Ah, okay. No, fair. And right, so iRacing annoy me sometimes. iRacing annoy me a lot. But iRacing annoy me sometimes in the fact that they give us an option like this, and then they don't change the officials. So official TCR is going to go forward. Oh, that's not good, boys. It's going to go forward with ABS applied. Now, I want to support the developing driver. So if having ABS turned off in our league and in our practice sessions, all of that business, benefits them in the officials, then brilliant. But if it's going to be too much of a leap to be able to readjust and then they lose a whole load of iRating, and it becomes a demoralising situation, I am not a fan of that. I am not a fan. So, what's your opinion on that, Sam?
Well, I didn't know the official would stay with ABS on. And as we're trying to reflect the officials, I would say leave it on. There's no discussion to have.
Say that again.
And the setup is open.
Say that again. I'm processing it.
If officials keep it on,
yep,
we are following officials to make people race in our league, prepare as well for the officials, and make one work for two things. So why would we remove the ability to have ABS when there's a possibility to have it in officials? There's no discussion to have there. We're just following the officials.
There is. That's the point. There is, because as David Ayres pointed out, it makes it more real. It's a simulation, and therefore, if it does turn out to be a benefit, and driving without the ABS improves your ability with the ABS, I am the biggest fan.
Well, then, just make the setup open, and people that want it on have it on for the officials, and people who prefer it off, put it off.
But for our leagues,
simple.
What do we do?
That's what I just said.
What?
Setup is open, right?
Setup is open.
Yeah.
So you're saying,
if you want to turn the ABS off in your set, you can do that even in the officials, right? If you want to turn it off, you can turn it off.
Yeah. It's a driving aid, so yeah.
Yeah, just do that then.
Okay.
We keep the way it is, and people can turn it off if they want to.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe
basically
that's
what
the way
you said at the start.
Yeah. Well, pretty much, yeah. Okay.
I don't want to have, because we have like what in high peak seasons we probably have like 10 really, really good drivers that would probably do without the ABS anyway. Then we have we have the middle run drivers where it's probably 50-50. Where people would say, well, I prefer to have ABS because I feel more comfortable and blah blah, and some would prefer without ABS.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And then you've got the slower drivers that you've got two positions there. I want it to be like the real TCR races I watch, not IMSA, so I don't want ABS.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool.
And then you have the ones that, well, it's true, but I still want to be a little bit competitive and feel comfortable in the car, and ABS make me comfortable in the car. Then keep ABS on.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. And that might be the way that we go by the end of the race and the discussion this evening. The discussion really is making it mandatory for the league. to have it off. So let's just see what everybody's opinions are by the end of it. My inclination is to do exactly what you've just described, so which is have all driving aids available for all drivers, and if you want to switch it off and it gives you a massive benefit, then fine, use it to your benefit.
Might bump you into the next category though.
Fine, that's okay. It's like the iRacing thing with Jamie Jeffrey, isn't it? He has an I rating of 1,900. He actually drives at a 4K I rating standard because he just doesn't do officials, you know, when he does drive with us. It's the same principle. It's utterly deceiving.
Yeah.
You think this boy should be an AM class or something like that. There he goes and wins a race. You're like, whoa, hang on a minute. So yeah, for me, it's one of those horrible situations of it being neither savoury nor sweet. I don't know. What I am going to tell you right now, Sam, is I need to go and make pee-pee. I need to go and wee. So I'm going to leave you. Do you want to take over the cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let me go to commentator. And let me go to copy broadcaster. And then you're in charge of the cameras. I'll be back very shortly, folks.
Oh, if for some reason my thing doesn't work. The project loading.
Are you in the wrong room? It's definitely...
No, it's the project that you sent earlier.
Yeah.
It's the pit stop cup one. What? No,
I haven't sent you the pit stop cup. I've sent you.
That's me that loaded the wrong one. There you go.
Okay,
it's gonna be
right.
better like this.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Switch off the. There you go. Right, you sorted. Right, back in a minute.
My bad.
Okay, I have returned. Do you want to keep hold of the cameras? You can do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, wicked. Right, nice one. Let's see. What's going on in the chat? Locked rear wheels would make great viewing on the streams along with the flashy lights. I can see what you've tried to do there, David Ayres. You've tried to justify flashing of lights. I think that you're right. Cocking the rear up and the wheel locking is most realistic of TCRs. That's literally what happens. I disagree with you fundamentally, as I always will, as long as I've got a hole in my bum, about flashing lights. Gotta love the onboard shots, says David Ayres. Absolutely. Salon! Hey, Salon's on the chat. Salon, make ABS, or make it no ABS for the league, or leave ABS available. What is your choice? And by the way, thank you. Package received, and well received at that. Thank you. You're a very generous human being. Much love.
Again.
You've got one, not opened. I don't even know what's in it.
I know.
You're going to pick it up in a few months anyway, so...
There's Pete Newman in the interview room, by the way.
What? Oh, right, let's go and grab him. He's oh, right, I need to remember to drop and drag all the time. Pete Newman, good
Drag
evening.
and drop.
I said that, I just
evening.
didn't say it in the same order that you said it, Sam. You know, I can hear it. What's that? Is that the sound of one hair splitting? What's that? Pete Newman, good evening. I'll try that again. I'm having a domestic with Sam, don't worry. You bench car out of all recognition. My first question is, was that to do with ABS?
It wasn't to do with ABS, but if I had ABS, I possibly could have saved it.
Right, okay.
But once I touched the grass, I couldn't really press the brake too much or do too much to save what was the inevitable.
So without ABS, it's one-way ticket to the moon, and with ABS, it's maybe
I would have
a return
stamped on
ticket.
the brake and possibly could have saved it. Like,
right, okay. That's shots fired in favour of ABS, I have to say, but okay.
I mean, after the first race, I'm all for it.
Oh, okay. Right. I mean, obviously you won the first race. But talk to me about the difference in feel from a pro perspective. You being pro and having multiple championships, multiple wins under your belt. Talk to me about the difference in the feel and the way that you feel that you can translate that back to officials where ABS would still be present.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of skeptical about changing it. Just to match the officials kind of makes sense. But then after tonight, I don't know if I'm changing my opinion on that, just because it takes a little bit to get used to. But I mean, thanks to Jamie as well for explaining all the brake valves and the all the bias and that jazz.
He is a complete legend, by the way. He is, honestly.
It'll be interesting to do some laps with the ABS, but sort of changing my settings to match what I was found tonight, and whether that would translate. It possibly might, and if that's the case, then that would be a good shout for the ABS, because the whole league would end up getting better.
And that's all I want. What you've just stated there in closed captions is all I'm after. I'm not after destroying the league. I'm not after ruining people's lives. I'm after providing a benefit in some way. And Jamie's given us a window here to look through into what could be possible. With his explanations. I mean, he's not provided the no ABS thing. Good grief, unless he's coding for iRacing. But, you know, what I'm suggesting is he's trying to help everybody see that there's another option out there, and we may want to adapt it wholesale. It may be, Pete, that we leave it available as an option, and if you don't want to use it, don't use it. Do you think that if you didn't use it, you'd be doing faster lap times? Overall?
Probably.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd probably be slightly more consistent, but this is what I was meaning with the transition and learning what you're doing here. Potentially, you'd end up like kind of on the same pace.
Okay.
But again, I haven't really done any laps recently of this track with the ABS, like how it's going to be next week. So probably want to see how that goes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, as I say, I'm definitely on the fence with it. If officials had gone with the no ABS, I'd be all for
I'm
it.
in the same place, mate. I am exactly where you are. We are very similar people in that regard. I also
That's also what I said, you know.
Yeah. And
I said it the other way, but that's also my thinking.
Yeah.
The official keeps it, so why go away from it?
it
You know?
feels
Yeah,
like
and I think if we were to run with ABS, like you would just run on ABS, because it is safer.
okay.
You know,
okay.
as I say, with my incident there was a chance I could have saved it. I've definitely saved it from doing that before.
Yeah.
But this time, once I'd hit the grass and was loose, like I basically couldn't brake because I knew I would just lock up if I did.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
there is that, and also, you know, people don't necessarily have the time to practice and would generally do the practice within the officials. So
right, let me make a note of that, because that is a very good point. Real life is primary and sim racing is secondary in, well, 100% of people's lives, or it probably should be. So that is a valuable piece of information. For that alone, I'm glad I brought you into the booth. And thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no problem. Thanks for Jamie, for putting this session on. It's been like interesting trying it. As I say, I kind of don't mind either way, but I do understand some people's points of, you know, like having the time to actually practice it, because it is a lot more tricky.
Yeah, and if it was like, so V8s, for instance, have no driving aids whatsoever. They are dangerous at both ends and crafty in the middle. There's no driving aids on that car at all, and the drivers that we have in there are some of the very best on planet Earth. They don't have any options. They can't spell ABS. They've never seen it before. If they saw it, it would be like seeing, I don't know, a spaceship or something. And they get on beautifully. They love it. They think that the car is absolutely brilliant because it has none of that stuff on it that they consider to be. And you will excuse this language, absolutely, in inverted commas, cheating. Does that make sense? Because it's not real world.
Yes.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
So,
but by the same token,
yeah, exactly.
we are in the real world,
yes.
And this is just a simulator that we're playing in the real world. So we do have the option of doing different things. We don't necessarily have to simulate the actual IRL cars, which is kind of, again, with the point of iRacing haven't changed it, so why would we?
Yeah, yeah, and unfortunately, in equal measure, I completely agree with everything you've said tonight, and thank you very much for the point about practice time. I'm not trying to find reasons to fail. I am trying to find the most...
Oh, Carl's dead.
Oh, yes. Who is that? Someone in the weeds in the background there?
I think Carl pretty much did what I did there.
He did, yes. Carl is toast. Okay.
We've also lost David recently as well.
How did we do that? He's a brilliant racer.
He was chasing Steve.
Oh, really?
That was going to be the interesting part.
Okay.
But
we'll
yeah,
find
David's just out now.
Well, let's have a look at that. Sam, once you've seen the unfortunate incident for Carl, can we find what happened to David Johansson? I thought it was at the hairpin.
Yeah, I don't know who that was at the hairpin, but...
I've got no crashes for Carl Hardy, ironic. Carl Hardy went off track is the one I've got at 34, 32, 85.
That's not it.
No. Can you bring on a TV camera quick? No, that didn't work either. No, I don't think we've got a reasonable crash for him. We're just juddering all over the place on the replay at the minute. Excellent, live running. Oh no, we're trying to...
Yeah, it's definitely Carl. Just got back to it on mine, lap 19.
Okay.
It's not working on your screen, okay.
Yeah, no, I've just got loads of... Because we've got different camera packs, folks. This is what
No, I don't think...
to us.
I don't think that's the reason, but yeah.
Yeah, he didn't go into the wall quite as hard as me, so he is carrying on.
Oh, okay, that'll probably be why. Have you got a David Johansson incident, Sam? Because I don't.
That's what I was throwing,
yeah.
but only I could see it. At this exact point, he went into the tire bundle.
Oh, it was a tyre bundle incident, right.
The
We've
concrete
seen lots
bundles.
of those. Concrete bundles, yeah. Yeah. Goodyear make really strong tyres these times of year, don't they? I know. Right, Fraser, what? Oh, Fraser Gary is on track. Why did I think he wasn't on track? Why am I so stupid? Okay, it'll be interesting to see the opinion, or hear rather, the opinions of drivers from other areas, shall we say, in inverted commas. But thank you for all of your insights, Pete. You're more than welcome to keep with us in the booth if you want to keep watching and talking about the topic. Obviously the
Well, we got 5 minutes left, so I might as well.
yeah, cool. What sort of message have you got for Andrea this season, given the fact that he's stolen your crown? He's whipped it out from under you.
Well, just more of the same, please.
Yeah, he's a good racer, isn't he?
Yeah, it was really like just really clean racing, and yeah, it was kind of cool. He had sort of the pace on me for most of it there, and sometimes I had the strategy over him, so it kind of evened out a little bit. And yeah, it kind of just came down to some minor errors really on my behalf with strategy. So when I was strong with it, I was good, but then I mean, it was Nürburgring. As I kind of thought about the strategy a bit too much with it, and locked myself in my head to what I was going to do when I was going around the second lap, I think it was, thinking I should just stay with everybody, like this is fine, but I was like, no, I'm going to pit early and do something different, and then yeah, got held up with some traffic there. So as I say, it's just these small minor things. First race I couldn't start the car, so I think I lost
Right. Right.
you know, like 5-10 positions off the line every race.
Yeah.
So glad I figured that out pretty quick, because yeah, after that first race I was like, I like the new update, but I hating it now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, updates are brilliant when they work in your favour. They're awful when they don't. I used to do racing. All I do now is broadcast. So and do league and stuff like that. So somebody else going to the pits. This is quite late in the day, but okay. This is their first pit stop. That was Thomas Asboth, and he just lost it going through Druids, is it? The right-hand kink.
He's got a black flag as well.
Oh, he's
That's
speeding. Right, so we found out in the Pit Stop Cup that the pit lane speed limit thing is a massive anathema for a lot of drivers. What is it with it? Is it the fact that it will now trip over into an illegal speed even if you've got your pit limiter on?
I mean, I just had it when I came out the pits then. I didn't get the speeding penalty, but I was having issues with it.
Right.
And so when you initially press the button and you're just initially getting set at that speed, it sort of bobbles over for a bit. And I think what people are doing, like I just did then, is you let it off the throttle and you try to like sort it out yourself. When if you kept on it, the system would eventually get you to the right speed. But when you're like trying to do it manually yourself, it doesn't have the time to do that. So you're constantly overspeeding, underspeeding, and yeah, you're going to be liable to pick up the penalty because it seems a very narrow window with it. So what I think you have to do is get on the speed limiter, let the initial bobble where you go like 2-3k over the speed limit, just sort of deal with that, and then it should even out.
Right, I see.
That's kind of my initial feelings with it. Again, after tonight, with the Pit Stop Cup, I had just had, lucky for me, Carl and Mike both had the incident with it, so I was quite aware that there was a problem with it, so I ended up just doing them manually.
Right.
So
yeah, it seems like it's something that drivers are being. I don't even know why they've changed it.
It's
What
just
was
slightly
wrong with
different.
it before?
So before you were kind of maybe a couple of k's under the speed limit.
Yeah.
And then people, you know, you've probably seen me do it a few times where you just change up and down a gear.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you go in a little bit over the speed limit.
and it
or
didn't
doing it
punish you.
manually, which is another one I sometimes do, where you just hold it like a K above it, and you can get away with that. So it's probably something to try and sort that out.
Okay. I mean,
But again,
everybody
it's
bends
just
those
all marginal
sort of rules,
gains,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about fractions of a tenth, aren't you? Surely.
Yeah, even if that really.
Yeah,
So it's more like, I don't know. You think it's better, and it probably only gains you a little bit. But you know, once I saw people were doing it, it's like, well,
You've got
I'm
it,
going
haven't
to do
you?
that as well, because you know, they all add up at the end of the day.
So something happened to Silas, so he's meatballed as well now. And CBDB's gone to pits with a meatball again.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's quite a lot of meatballs and people out, which isn't the best advertisement for
No, it's
the
not.
no ABS.
No, it's not. So it might be that at the end of this race, we say, season 25, all driving aids are available. Season 26, it's our explicit intention to activate no ABS to make it more real world.
I would probably say
etc.
that's a sensible idea.
Right.
You know, if we were going to implement it, it's probably not wise to implement it on Wednesday, because you know, some people are that might be their first time driving on it, and
absolutely. And if they want to turn it off in the league, because in my head, right, looking at what happens with V8s, if you didn't have ABS, you should be faster round the lap. And here's Stephen Walker about to take the victory in our little media day trial, folks. So, lovely paint job, by the way, Stephen.
Nice Snapper Auto Parts.
Yeah, he's trying to channel
Ash Sutton variety.
Yeah, trying to channel the Crashly. Yeah, absolutely. I shouldn't say that because he's part of your racing team.
Lover.
Oh dear. Classic. Here comes Stefan Klauker, third place. Simon Trundle's already been across the line somewhere. Where is Josh Taylor? He's about to pick up an AM-class unofficial victory. Thanks, Sam. There he is. In a crowded house of battling with Stefan Goebel behind him. That's a very good position to be. Is he the first German over the line? No, Stefan Klauker is the first German over the line. Sorry, I'm talking about Josh Taylor now. What an idiot. Anyway, never mind. Whoever KH Motorsport is, I feel for you if you've had somebody trying to break in to your safe corner of the world. And race 1 is on Wednesday this week. So if you want to join up, I don't know who you are, so you can register on the website. Are we going to have the option on Wednesday? It's Hilton Nickerson. We're going to have a discussion this evening, Hilton. And at the end of that discussion, I will make a decision on what this league will do. And that decision will be final. Based on what I feel for the benefit of the league and what I hear at the minute, up to this point, I am still in the place that says thank you, Sam, for giving me the finishing order. I am still of the opinion that we run with all driving aids for season 25, but yet to be finalised. I want to hear all the views. So, Stephen Walker was your race winner for this media day trial. He won by 12 seconds. Wow, nearly 13. Pete, are you worried? Should you be worried? I don't know. That's a big victory, isn't it?
The only worry I have is this was one of my predictions of, with the no ABS, the gaps are going to be bigger.
In terms of, I mean, obviously, finishing position.
The finishing gaps, and potential gaps. Although in practice and quali they were reasonably close, but I think they'd be a lot closer with ABS.
But I can't make it mandatory. That's the problem. It's a driving aid. You can switch it off whenever you like in your own settings.
Yes, but I mean the ABS would make everything closer.
Okay, right, I'm with you. Sorry, right, I'm with you. Okay, cool. So Stephen Walker, gee whiz, I am very stupid. Stephen Walker was your race winner over Simon Trundle by 13 seconds nearly. And that was for BSTV Esports. Team Chimera for Simon Trundle, Stefan Klauker third. And for Hydro Race Racing Forces, gold. What a great performance from him. Thomas Dandridge finished 4th for Verve Racing. Obviously, these two guys are from Pro-Am, as you can see there. So, Stefan, congratulations. That's a Pro-Am victory there for you. Jamie Wilson finished 5th there for Team Chimera. Ronald Young rounds out the Pro-Am podium for Hydro Race Racing Forces Orange. Josh Taylor, the first AM-class driver over the line for JC Academy. JC Academy currently have 1 million drivers. Jay Corley needs to sort that out and split the team up. Stefan Goebel finished in 8th place for VTS Esports. Odie Payne, 2nd in class, 9th on track for Safeguard. Fraser Garrity, 10th overall, and 3rd in class for... Why have I got him down as Insignia? What, is that right? I don't know. But that's why he's down as on here. Never mind. Carl Hardy finished 11th for Result X Pure Sims. Jeff Saunders finished 12th for JC Academy. Demis Tigchalar 13th for Hydro Race Racing Forces Orange. Thomas Asboth 14th for Spin and Tow. Laura Miser 15th for Switch It. They're a new team to us, and they raced very competently in the Pit Stop Cup just last week. Silas Goebel 16th for VTS Esports, and Jura Larkinen 17th for Hydro Race Racing Forces Champions. Even though that's wrong, he's actually racing in gold, so I've already corrected it in the background. Chesley Vandenbroek was 18th for JC Academy. Thank you. 19th was David Johansson for Sim Racing Grid. Pascal was 20th for Switch It. Don't say his surname until he's told me how to say it. Pete, you finished in 21st. Great result.
Thank you.
For Result X Pure Sims, you beat your teammate Michael Hall, who finished behind you in 22nd.
Ha!
Brilliant. Jaden Scotland finished 23rd for JC Academy. Pete Van Gull, PVG, finished 24th for Result Clothing. Ashley Beard finished 25th for Altitude Esports. Clearly, he's been in my leagues before, if I know his team. Renee Earhart, 26th for Cutting Corny. Tom Woodcock, 27th. Dietmar Hoos, 28th for Cutting Corny. 29th was nobody.
No one.
That was the end of... That was the end of the field. So 29 drivers, right? Minus 2 because they're not registered. So 27 races. We've got 36 registered now. That means that I'm missing 10 drivers from the starting lineup that's registered. I think that's a good proportion of our field. Now, where is everybody crowded at the minute for interviews? Everybody's in the meeting room, right? Pete, do you want to just nip up to the meeting room whilst Sam sorts a replay out? You're gonna have to find a camera, Sam, that doesn't look like it's strobing on my screen. Or do you want me to take? Oh, there you go. That's it. That's it.
No, you take over. It's gonna be.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's gonna be better. Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'll take over that then. Commentator, broadcaster, local. Why is it going mad now? What the hell? Copy broadcast. I want to copy broadcast. This is the fastest race on earth now. Right, there we go. Got it. Saved it. Nobody saw that. It's fine. What we'll do is we'll just cut that out.
It's media day after all.
Oh, everything's going to go wrong. Oh, nobody's got the right paints. There's all sorts of nonsense going on. So let's focus on race winner Steve. No, I'm on the wrong car anyway. Stephen Walker. Is that the most zoomed in camera I can have? Is it? No, that one's not it.
Most likely.
This one or this one? Yeah, it's going to be one, isn't it? So we'll go with that one. And we'll go at quarter speed. We'll watch him do his Napa Racing off-road excursion. Right, Sam, do you want to nip up into the meeting room?
Yep,
and I will join everybody in there. That's Sam gone. I'm just going to move rooms, folks. So
it's awfully quiet.
It is awfully quiet. Thank you, everybody, for being very quiet. That's really, really surreal. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Let me just catch up on whatever's been said in the chat. Not using ABS has mixed up the results. Yes, Jay can't buy the grid. Kidding. I should be registered for Wednesday night. Excellent. Thanks, Hilton. And Fraser, I only just seen your message, Pete. My lad woke up and missed the first race by 10 minutes. All right, fine. Real life kicks in and kicks us in the nuts every so often. Right, so thank you, all of you, and there must be at least 20 guys in this room right now, for joining me in this podcast at the end. The discussion is all about ABS, obviously. I'm going to hear from Jamie Wilson last of all tonight. What I want to do is I want to select individuals based on a logic I've got written down in front of me. So unlucky. And I would like to speak to people and see what their opinions are. And these are exclusive opinions. Nobody's going to get ridiculed. Nobody's going to get judged. This is purely on what you have experienced so far from driving with the ABS aid turned off. And I'm going to focus on people I've never ever spoken to before. And apologies for this, but I want to see completely blanched judgments. So I'm going to reach out first of all, and congratulations to Laura for finishing 16th there in that second race. I have no idea. Oh, as we see you skirting with Barry. I didn't see the first race. Oh, you got a car. Oh, right, that was an incident I didn't even spot. But someone just parked their car on your bonnet. Good evening to Laura Meiser of Switch It Motorsport.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. So, I don't know what your experience is in the TCR. Honestly, I have no prior judgment. You did very, very well in the Pit Stop Cup, given your iRating as it is on the iRacing service. You will have only driven these cars, if at all, before with ABS on. What was your experience like with ABS turned off?
Yeah, it's kind of different.
Okay.
You have to watch out more for when you brake and how much you brake, because last week I drove Mid Ohio, for example, and no, was last week, yes, and like in the hard braking zones, I would always just go 90% in or 80% or something, and you would always go into the ABS when it was faster. Just spamming into the ABS, and it didn't take so much skill for I would say. And racing now at Oulton Park without ABS is, in my opinion, more fun.
Oh,
I have to
okay.
concentrate.
Yeah.
I have to concentrate a little bit more on the corners, like when I brake, how much I brake, and you have to be a little bit more careful when how you overtake people and stuff like that, or when you try to overtake people. And I think you need to try to set your brake bias and rear anti-brake valve right, because I was using like 94% and rear anti-valve brake, or how I don't know the name, of 2, and it was very far behind. So yeah, it was pretty good drive, and I had pretty much very much fun. But I have to say, for the stuff that I'm used to driving GTPs, so I already know how to drive without ABS. So maybe don't weigh my opinion on this so hard as an AM driver, because I'm already used to having no ABS.
Well, to be fair, that only makes me value your input in that discussion more. It's great that you know about racing without ABS and you can translate it. Now, the exam question is, and you'll forgive me for putting you on the spot, if we were to drive with all driving aids available to us in this season 25, I know you've not driven with us before, so all of the people in this list that you can see on Discord are possibly strangers to you, possibly not, I don't know. Would you choose to drive in the league with ABS on or off?
So if all things are enabled, I would drive with ABS on, just because it has the possibility to be faster and there's less risk involved. But maybe I would set it more down, because like the shop setups have like a 7, 8, 9 ABS, and maybe I would just set it to like 1, 2, or 3 for some, like if I make a mistake, so it doesn't cost me the race or I kill somebody or something.
Yeah, no, and that is fair comment, and I absolutely respect you, and I have fantastic respect for you, given the fact that you've answered my questions openly and honestly. So, thank you for your input. I'm going to now turn to your teammate. Funnily enough, I'm going to turn to Pascal.
Hey.
You're faster than I think you are, young Pascal. I think you are. Where are you on here? So people know where.
No, he's a pro.
He's definitely
He's
pro.
definitely a
Oh,
pro.
here we go. Here's the opinions. Right. Okay.
Yeah, he has to be pro.
Okay. Right. You're getting changed straight away then. But from someone who's at the and hopefully Laura will forgive me, the other end of the the grid, the standing order, whatever. Talk to me about your experience. Is it are you going to reflect what Laura said, or do you have a different opinion?
Yeah, pretty much. We talked about it in detail before the last 1 or 2 days when we did the previous test session as well. And yeah, I'm used to driving with or without ABS, but generally, I prefer not having any driving aids because it's, of course, it's like personal preference to have like a more purist drive, a more communicative car. But I think I totally see the argument from people saying that having, like in this example, ABS on is less punishing and brings the field a bit closer together and doesn't open the skill gap as much. But I mean, it's always positive to have like a more rewarding experience. You know, that's like let's say slightly less experienced drivers who may be abusing the ABS.
Yeah.
It's like just a bad habit, and it's just good to
Yeah.
be kind of forced to learn it properly, because if you
Yeah.
have a good technique, like especially in iRacing, ABS is just more of a fail-safe instead of having to use it. Like in real life, the cars are made to be used with it, like for example GT3s and GT4 cars. But here is more of a fail-safe, so you should learn to drive without it because that's a proper way to drive the car on the limit. And then even if you go back to a session that has ABS enabled, and you have it turned on as well, you're not really gonna notice that much of a difference, apart from when you make a mistake and you go deep or something, you know. But under normal driving circumstances, you shouldn't use it that much either way. So I think it just should improve the driving as well, because people, like, I mean, the guys around here know each other, apart from us, you know. We're new here, but
Yeah, that'll
of
change.
course,
Don't worry about that.
yeah. No, but you know, that's just like the general thing with the league. People have more respect for each other than just in officials driving against randoms. So they're less likely to just do random dives and everywhere from a different postcode. But this will just disencourage it even more. And having tried this on Oulton Park, I could still do moves here and there. You know, I was going through the field pretty smoothly. So yeah, it's like if it bites you, you definitely made a mistake. It's not as punishing as it might. Like it seems a bit scarier than it actually is. And once you get used to it, it's like you wouldn't want to go back. It's like having training wheels on your bike, you know. It's
Well,
yeah.
you have literally just stolen the thoughts from my head. So Sam Bootman, are you still on the chat here? Is he still on the chat?
He's muted.
I think he's gone for whiskey or something. I don't know.
No. I'm still around, but I'm doing all the stuff at the same time.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So
I'm listening to the conversation.
Yeah. So what Pascal's just said basically is that ABS
I love it.
generates bad habits, and it's absolutely right, isn't it? That ABS is, it's like a muting of the real world. So your reactions are fake or false. You're duped into reacting in a certain way that isn't real. I love that perspective on it. What are your thoughts on that, given the fact that you've driven all sorts of cars over the years, haven't you? Ones that are like spaceships, those LMDH things where you've got like weight jackers and all sorts of nonsense on the car, and V8s. I mean,
Yeah, I probably drove them all, not efficiently, but yes. As I said during the race, I much prefer without ABS. I think it makes you more aware of what you're doing, but I can understand the point of some people that prefer having the safety net.
Right. Okay.
But I like the reference Pascal made with the small wheel on your bike.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I was going to
I
say
feel
the
like that
same
makes a lot
thing.
of sense.
Yeah, because children, and I'm not suggesting for a minute, folks, that you are children.
I
I am.
I am.
Oh, we all are.
Oh dear. Right, we got 20 odd children in the booth. Children struggle to learn
Are we
how
there
to
yet?
ride a bicycle. To learn how to ride a bicycle if they've got stabilizers on. It's a fact because they just use the stabilizers as utter compensation and they don't correct. But yes, absolutely right. Thank you, Sam. You can go back to doing whatever world you're in. Okay, who am I going to select next? I'm going to summon someone now in the strangest way, but everybody from BSTV will know who it is and why. I'm going to go meow.
Meow.
There we go. I knew there was a cat in the room. Chesney, your opinion. Let me find you on track before you start speaking. There we go. Your opinion on the ABS piece, please.
Well, as
Who was that? That was Jaden. Sorry, carry on, Chesney. He's gonna do it again, but just ignore him.
yeah,
No.
I'm used to ignore Jane. As poopy driver, we'll call it like this.
Oh, don't please. Oh.
I don't mind the no ABS. I had actually today had more issues with the track than with the ABS. It's just something you need to get used to. Like the thing you need to do is stay off the ABS even when you have the ABS on
Yeah.
the car. So I don't mind. Yes, it's a little bit more punishing when you make a mistake, but you can learn from it. The only gripe I have is it's so close to the new season with people that some people who aren't as active in our Discord wouldn't know that this change would come. So that's the only thing I have. But I don't mind no ABS.
Okay. No, that's good feedback. And the same question that I posed to Laura earlier, which is, with all driving aids turned on, so ABS available to you, would you actively and voluntarily turn it off or not, and why?
I would turn it off because I think it makes me a little bit quicker.
Interesting.
I feel quicker. Maybe I'm not quick, but I feel quicker. But like I was thinking, even during officials, turn it down. Maybe not turn it off, but turn it down a little bit to have the safety net. But like in here, I would turn it off.
Right. Okay. No, fair comment. Thank you, Chesney. Your opinions are highly valued, as you already know. Right, Wook, are you in here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Let me find you. Congratulations, by the way. Showed them all what to do, didn't you? Huh?
We let him win.
Let him win, yeah. Of course you did. Okay. Nice paint job, by the way. Are you running that all season? I don't know.
Unless Tyler picks one out, then
okay.
probably, yeah. I was
Okay.
thought about having a go and I just couldn't be bothered.
Oh, excellent.
Painting is not my forte.
I don't know. You did all right with that Napa one. Oh, dear. Anyway, ABS. Talk to me, brother.
I don't really know where to start. I'll start at the end and just say I personally feel like it should stay on. The cars on the game are like that. It would be akin to adding ABS or traction control to a V8. The game doesn't have them like that, so then why drive it like that? I appreciate, obviously, a lot of real world sprint series have it off. That's fine. I can drive with it on or off. It's not a problem. But if I want a car where there's no ABS, I'd go and drive a GTP LMP2, and I'd find much more enjoyment out of it.
Okay.
When I was driving them, I felt like I and this might just be me because I'm not really used to this car. This track isn't great, and
What?
the Honda. Well, it's just I don't think it's great for racing.
What?
ABS on or off. Like to force a move, you have to do something, or the car in
Naughty.
front makes a mistake,
Yeah.
and just from that, just in general, with or without ABS. But oh, no, I forgot what I was saying. Um, yeah, like it felt fine, but I felt like I was basically having to underdrive it. And what I would describe it as, when you're driving down a road and there's a speed camera on, and basically instead of driving your car, you're kind of spending the time glancing at your speedometer, thinking, "Oh, am I doing 30? Am I doing 32? I'm going to get pinged for this."
Hmm.
That's how I would describe that driving tonight. It was almost underdriving, and I get that that's a thing and it does work, but I didn't feel like I could attack a corner. I didn't feel like I could um, push the car. Um, like I say, because I've not really driven this loads and the track, the Honda was the quicker car here. A,
Okay.
because of the curbs, B, because of the tyre wear, and C, because it has better brakes. Before the session, I jumped in and compared the Audi and the Honda together, and this might only be me, but in my opinion, I mean the brakes in the Honda are extraordinary. I had to check that I turned ABS off, because when I was braking, it was just completely normal. Um, and I obviously could do more testing, or you could see how it would go over the season. But I
What were
think
your settings?
um, I think it still was calibrated the same, and
That's
ABS was just
class.
turned off. Like there was not really any difference. I used the same setup from Apex, so they'd be kind of similar. And I get there's little things there, but that's just what I felt anyway. And trying to keep up with Pete, obviously he's super fast anyway. He knows the car really well, and I do think it had a couple of attempts here anyway. Um, but and David was catching me like something mega when he got into third. Like he would have caught me and passed me if he hadn't have had whatever accident he had. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Um, so I fear it could tip the balance of the cars. It's a little bit worse than what it already is. Now it's obviously just a recent thing that I've looked at today. I just had a feeling because whenever I've driven the Honda in the past, it's always been brilliant on the brakes, ABS on. So I did think that would translate. Um, I just if you want to change it, then I think it would be prudent to do it next season. Give everyone a season to be like, right, this is this. Or if you do it now or you do it then, just make sure it's really communicated in the rules, and that it's communicated in maybe a pinned post in the Discord. Because there are people that will sign up, join, and then like I hate to see it, but like just meet like bowling ball everyone out in the first corner because they're expecting ABS.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
skill to driving with ABS on. Yeah, you lean into it a little bit and then you bleed out of it. There's a skill to that, and there's a skill to driving with no ABS. I didn't feel like I had to drive the car any different around here with it on or off. Um, I just don't think it really changes anything in terms of the racing,
Hmm.
because um, yeah, okay, if you send it from a mile back, you can lean on ABS, but you're still going to overshoot the corner, or you're still going to crash into someone. If you do it with ABS off, the same result is going to happen. And I think then people will be more hesitant to make any sort of move for fear of crashing into someone. And then the race would be sanitized more than what sometimes it already is, track dependent. What was the other thing? Um, Yeah, we see it in V8s. There's no ABS, nothing in there, and a send happens from people the same speed or different speeds, and still an incident would happen.
Hmm.
Like it doesn't discourage any of that behavior. It just means it's more risky when the behavior still happens, because at the end of the day, we're still all here to race. If we see an open, and we're probably going to take it. Um, but to me, like I said, I think it would be it would make people more hesitant. Um, so Yeah, I think that's about it. I can't really think of anything else.
No, that's really good feedback. I can work with that quite a lot. That's good. I do, as you already know, I absolutely respect your opinions. Um, you've been with us for a million years, and you've got more championships than I've eaten hot dinners. So, yeah, thank you for your inputs. Thank you
Could
for
I
your
just
feedback.
ask him a question, please, Pete?
Absolutely, because
Quickie,
this is going to be hilarious.
quickie. Now, just yeah,
No,
seriously,
you're not. No, go on.
trying. Um, ABS and no ABS, which is quicker for you?
They're about the same. I
Okay,
don't really think there's a
interesting.
difference in pace
Okay, yeah, cool, interesting. Like it. Thank you.
because
Cool.
I drive now with my new pedals, and this season, last season, I had to adjust how to brake. It changed the whole braking performance of these
Yeah,
cars. So
we drive these cars. We're trying not to go into ABS, don't we?
yeah, so sometimes it's good to go into it and then bleed out of it. Sometimes it's good to, it just depends on the
Yeah,
corner, the
yeah, yeah,
track, the car.
yeah,
And I still say, like I said already, I think that's a skill set that translates. If you go and drive a GT3 car, that's what you do. It's just the way that iRacing does its ABS. Other games do it where you want to lean heavily into it. It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
game that it's just the way we're dealt with the game.
Yeah, no, sweet. Well done. Thank you.
Cool.
Right.
Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Carl Hardy, for chipping in. That's what this is all about. This is a podcast. Please do get involved. Just don't talk over one another, etc. Let's keep it respectful. I'm now going to call out to the caller from Baden-Württemberg. Are you there? Baden-Württemberg. Do you have a copy?
Yes, I am.
Excellent work. Excellent work. Stefan Klauke, good evening. Welcome to the booth.
Yeah, good evening.
Well, there you are. I like your new paint job. First and foremost, very nice. Love it. Is the yellow to do with the Baden-Württemberg flag by any chance? I think it might
Yeah,
be.
yeah. First of all, credit obviously to Demis who made the
Demis does
deliveries
these.
and yeah.
Is he in
Well, in this
it? Is
case,
he in it? No, he's not.
no,
Oh
he's not.
dear. Right, I'll get him one day. Don't worry.
But
Sorry,
still,
carry on.
shout out to him. And yeah, yellow has become my racing color basically.
Yeah.
Which was my plan when I created the livery. Well, at this point, 2 seasons ago, but I guess that's how things work out.
Yeah, spot on. Absolutely. Give me your opinions on the ABS option. You're a very fast driver. You've developed very quickly. I'd love to say that was as a result of being a part of this league, but I'm sure that's more to do with your own personal skill than anything else. But I'm intrigued. I want to hear as many opinions as I can get this evening, if I'm being honest. So tell me all about your experience not driving with ABS.
Well, I will repeat what Mr. Walker said, which
Oh,
is that I didn't have to change much about my driving, honestly. But again, it's hard to say if that's because I'm not aggressive enough usually, or it's because the Honda, or because the track is just shit and I was super careful in every turn.
whoa. This Oulton Park hating stuff's got to stop, right? Because
Yeah,
everybody knows it's the best track on earth. So,
yeah, I just don't like it when the track works against me, which obviously this track does, and you have to brake earlier than you think and have to wait longer to go on the throttle than you would think. But
yeah.
but I will say, but I will say, I think the no ABS has obviously the advantage, especially with the endurance races and with the longer with the feature races, that there is the additional skill dimension of protecting your tires. Um, because obviously when you're driving with ABS, maybe the tires take a little bit of wear from the ABS, but not as much as locking up.
Okay.
And so yeah, so especially on these 40-minute races on the endurance races, it would bring in another dimension of skill that you have to showcase to get the best result.
Yeah, true. No, that's very good. Thank you for your feedback. And a yes or no answer to the next question. If all driving aids were available to you, would you choose to turn ABS off? And if not, or if so, why?
As already said, I think by basically everyone, I would turn it on just because yeah, I mean, it does help.
Okay.
Which
No,
you
fair.
know, and obviously this is a discussion that has plagued, especially like Formula One forever.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is
it's been raging
how,
for years, hasn't it? So yeah.
how much should the driver do? How much should the car do?
Yeah.
I think for me it feels racier to have it off, because I know if I fuck up my oh sorry,
Nah,
I
it's
forgot
fine.
that this was clean.
I'll believe that one day. Don't worry.
If you mess up your braking point and you look up, then that feels like you're driving a racing car.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it ABS is you out of the trouble, then it feels like you are driving your car that you have at home.
Okay. No.
No
Thank you.
offense to those of you who have racing cars at home.
Because yeah, we've all got one. Okay. Thank you for that. That's very, very valuable.
Yeah, no problem.
Where am I going to go next? I didn't realise that we were in the presence of a legend, the man, the myth, the legend. I can't put a camera on him because he wasn't racing tonight. Jay Corley, good evening. That was funny, Carl. Yeah, I think you might have got driver of the meeting for the first race and the second race by just that. But Jay Corley, good evening.
Hi, I wasn't actually like expecting to be picked out, singled out in front of all of these lovely people. This is a big booth, Pete. Is this like a new budget for next
Yeah,
season? Am I
no.
actually going to get paid for
What?
commentary next season, or
money? What's that? Sorry, the line's breaking up. Can you speak clear, please?
yeah?
He's just ejected himself from the chat. That's brilliant. Okay, that got rid of him. Right. Oh no, he's back. What?
I just got booted out of a door for some reason, Pete.
Something I do want to say. Something I do want to say.
Very peculiar size 9 shoe, or in European sizes 42.
Look, I can still see my handprints on your back. Hang on, Hilton. I can see all your messages. Join us in the chat, mate. Join us in the chat. We're in Discord. You can't miss us. We're 20 people deep. Oh, he's there. All right, excellent. I'll get to you next, Hilton. Don't worry. Jay, do you have an opinion on this?
I've only been home from download an hour, and I am so wasted right now. I'm having the best time. I'm not at work for another 2 days, so I've been drinking so much. I love everything.
Good stuff. We will not take any of Jay's comments into account this evening. Hilton, good evening.
Evening, how are you?
I am very good. I can't put a camera on you either because you didn't race this evening, but I'm intrigued. I'm from someone who's... have you raced without ABS in these cars?
Not on our racing.
Not
a lot on our racing. I have driven cars without ABS and traction control, so it hasn't made me any faster or any slower.
Okay.
My experience is those with experience of driving cars without traction control and ABS, they will be somewhat fine. I don't want to put it as inexperienced, but those that haven't driven cars without traction control for the first time might find it a bit tricky. Usually, my first time I drove touring cars was actually an R-Factor 2.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of R-Factor 2 once upon a time. I'm talking 2012 now, when cars were just box shaped with square wheels and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. It's for me, it'll probably be a case of either or. But from a safety perspective, I think leaving it on would be not a bad shot, and maybe get the guys to test it outside of the series, maybe for next season. But I mean, I've been hearing all of the comments, and I mean, they're all fair, all the feedbacks. All the feedback is fair, except I don't have an issue with Oulton Park. I think it's a fantastic track.
Oh, I love you. Yeah, okay. You can stay. That's fine. Okay, right. Next up, Scotland. Jaden, do you have a copy, sir?
Whoa.
What? Whoa,
Sorry.
what? You're in the chat.
Yes, I'm here.
Talk to me about. I can't even find you in the thing. Do you even race?
Yeah, I did like 5 corners in the 2 races, so
Oh, well done.
there's not been much footage, unfortunately.
No, yeah. Well, why haven't I even got you as a selectable item? Never mind. Let's. Oh, there you are. Sorry, it's me being silly. No, you're not on track. Okay. We're going to look at Jeff Saunders instead. He's always reliable. Not that you're not, of course. Anyway, your opinion on no ABS?
I ultimately
think of this like an A-level exam question. Yeah. So
No.
I'm going to reword it.
No,
I'm going to
no,
go no ABS. Discuss.
I have no strong inclination either way. I will start the whole slower, faster thing. I will say I think I'm slower without ABS. But I think more than anything, it's a confidence thing. So, with ABS you have that buffer. I found practicing that I've had some quite violent snaps of the car with the rear locking, and that obviously discourages you pushing so hard. So I think it's made me slower in that sense. Is that a bad thing? No, not necessarily. I think again, the main thing is this league. Am I right that sort of positions itself as being very relevant to the officials? I suppose you sort of have to change that messaging in a sense, and I suppose that might open up more stuff. What would we have like more tracks off from different from the official calendar, or what? Does anything change there, or is it just this change?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah, I if this league is like trying to stick to the officials, then I don't think it should be changed. I think we should move ABS. But yeah.
No, okay, no, that's good feedback. Thanks for that. Right, I'm gonna.
I thought it was terrible feedback, but
No, all feedback is good. All feedback is.
I was
good.
eating ice cream. I wasn't ready to be called up.
Well, yeah, well, who is? Speaking of which, Pie Man.
No, not yet. I mean a donut.
Oh, Donut Man.
Hmm?
I keep talking then.
I could
I'll
kill
come
for
back.
ice
I'll
cream
come
and
back.
donuts right now.
You've got the munchies. I'll come back to Carl. Josh Taylor. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Congratulations. Class victory. Sorry, I should have said that to Stefan. So is he still in it? He's gone. So well done, Stefan. Anyway, Josh Taylor, well done for your class victory in race 2. Don't know what you did in race 1. Don't remember. I was too late for the broadcast. Driving the Honda, no ABS. What is your experience, and how does it compare to ABS? And what is going to be if I give you all the options in the world regarding ABS alone, which would you choose from the start of season 25?
So I went into this thinking it was going to be bad because, like, I mean, you saw my performance in the supercar on Thursday, and also I've driven GTPs and things before, and I usually struggle with no ABS. But I don't know if it was because I've never driven this car at this track before. I don't know if that is why I was actually learning the track in the practice, but it felt fine, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't know if I was faster or slower because I've not really got anything to compare it to this track. Most of my problems were the track, not braking.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard that tonight.
But yeah, I mean, if it was ABS was available, I would have it on just as a safety net as well. Anyway, so
okay.
But yeah, I don't. It's difficult because obviously I was also different car I was driving last season. I've driven the Honda a few times, like in other series, other leagues and stuff. But not as often as the Audi. But I mean, obviously, it was fine for me in this race. But
yeah, no, that seemed to work out for you this evening. No, that's good. That's good feedback. Thank you for that. Mr. Dandridge, congratulations on second in class over the line. Talk to me about the same thing. You're in the Elantra, which is it's seesawed or yo-yoed rather up and down the I'm brilliant, I'm a disgusting pig of a car to drive. I'm brilliant, I'm a disgusting pig of a car to drive. Again, talk to me about ABS experience and what would you choose if you had the option?
I mean, to be fair, I've not really had much experience of driving without ABS until this session.
Yep.
And I thought it was going to be horrific, and after lap 1, I thought it was. But as I got more practice through the night, I actually really enjoyed it. It meant you really had to think when you were trying to make a move or you were trying to defend.
Mm-hmm.
It made it a lot. You had to concentrate a lot harder for the race rather than just sort of, if you did make a mistake, I'll just push the brake pedal a bit harder and that'll save me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it made it quite a bit more fun. I mean, obviously this track's a bit hard to overtake on, but I do like Oulton Park. But it made it quite a bit more fun. And I feel like it was a bit better on the tyres, to be fair. When I use ABS, maybe I was leaning on it a bit too much when racing in the other cars. So I quite enjoyed having to learn to drive them slightly differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And translating it back to an official? Where ABS is obviously present.
Yes, yeah. Obviously, I have to give it a go and see what it's like, but it might help me go a bit quicker, look after the tyres a bit more in those races, and it's just a slightly different way of driving them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think to say the only thing I might say is it might be just a little bit too close for this season for everyone to switch across to it. But maybe you put a poll up and see where the consensus lies.
There's a danger with polls.
Yeah.
you know, people shoot from the hip. You don't understand the logic that sits
if they've
behind.
not given it a go.
Exactly that. So I fear them. There's a level of diplomacy and democracy that I'm willing to go to. And putting out polls onto Discord is beyond my limit, let's say. I would rather do this, spend X amount of hours potentially talking to you guys, first-hand experiences and opinions, valued experiences and opinions, the community that we've spent a lot of years trying to build, and I will never ignore the community. So thank you for your inputs. Very, very well received and appreciated. Flashy, are you there?
You mean me?
Yeah, obviously. Who else would Who else would I mean? Let's have it. You're the most direct speaking individual that I know in here. So let's have it. Both barrels, please.
I'm sat in my armchair flicking a couple of torches at the moment.
You are such a knob, you know that. Yeah, go on.
As I said earlier, we all spend a small fortune because iRacing is supposed to be the best motorsport simulator, simulating real world. And to my mind, I think if we've got if we're able to simulate the real world, then I think we should. I.e., sort of 80% of the TCR touring cars in the world don't use ABS.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, my personal opinion is, I think we should just simulate real world racing.
Understood. No, that is very direct. That's exactly what I want from the community. Confident, direct responses to questions. Thank you, David. That's the greatest contribution you have ever given.
Oh, actually,
I'm pretty sure it's David that did the. Is that the sound of Carl crashing or him opening a Frey Bentos tin?
It was, yeah.
That
It
was
really
David's
was.
best contribution.
Sorry, yeah. Second
Wait.
best contribution.
Why
What?
why am I being picked on now?
Because it's
You got
because it's
Finish
you.
your donut.
Because what?
I finished a pack of donuts now.
Right, Carl Hardy. Good evening.
Hi.
Pack.
Pack
come on
of
now.
donuts. Was it a multi-pack?
Well, it
Anyway.
was only 6. I'm gonna go out.
Wind it back, son. Wind it back.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you've got the Munchie man. He's been doing drugs for
Hey,
the
now,
whole weekend.
no, Cypress Hill was Friday. I'm
Oh,
over
right,
it now.
okay. Classic. Oh dear. Anyway, Cal, talk to me about ABS.
Never driven without ABS. GT3s, the whole lot. Listening to people drive a lot of GT3s without ABS. It's quite scary to actually think about doing it. Same as it was the TCR. And after about 6 laps last night, I actually really enjoyed it. Now, I had
100%.
one incident tonight where I went into the second chicane, outbraked myself, locked the front wheel, had to bail the corner, got to slow down. Boom, real life. What else do we want?
But you race as well, don't you? You do track days and stuff. So
I haven't done a track day for a little while, but you know, I mean,
But you have done it.
that's real life, isn't it? That's what we want, isn't it?
Yeah. Did your Caterham? Did it have ABS?
It has nothing to help me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
apart from my little feet, and that's dangerous because my brain is attached to them feet. And
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh man, I tested it out yesterday. My good God, it's quick.
Have you still got it?
It does have
Your
a weight
Caterham?
penalty.
Yeah,
though.
mate. Yeah. I've still.
It
got
has
it.
a weight penalty. Classic.
I do. Yeah, it's 600 kilos, and then it goes up another 600 kilos when I get in it.
Oh dear. I thought you were
hate
selling
you all.
it to go and buy some sort of midlife crisis motorbike.
More donuts.
I would
More donuts.
I wouldn't buy a motorbike. That's not the way forward.
That's what you were doing.
I wouldn't be here on a motorbike.
Well, you and me both, brother. I mean, that's a.
It would definitely go wrong.
Oh yeah, that's a one-way ticket.
I do need stabilizers on a motorbike.
Oh dear. Right. Ollie Payne, where are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Mike.
You're one of the fastest of our AM class drivers. Hopefully,
If I can stay on the track.
Hey, if you can stay on the track, yeah.
How much did you pay him to say that?
No, what? No payment needed. You know,
Okay.
it is absolutely by reputation. You did right. Why can't I find you? There you are. So you were driving the Audi, which is I don't know. I don't know what the Audi is anymore, to be perfectly honest. But talk to me about your ABS experience.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Much like everyone else. A few other people have said like it was a nicer experience. It feels like you can kind of, I don't know. It's the only main point that I'd make is I was leaning on ABS a lot, and I felt quicker through the race, but at the same time I don't want to back the option because I know a lot of people in the league are anti bringing in no ABS. So I just want to say I think it's good, but I really rather let the faster drivers decide because that's how I'm getting faster. So I just want to do whatever they want to do.
I get that opinion. I really do, and I'm not going to refute it. What I am going to say is, we've built this league on having. How do I word this without getting absolutely mullered by myself, like I did with the whole Fraser Garrity commentary thing? Stop laughing! Stop laughing!
I am in the SH league. Yeah.
You're not allowed. Oh, don't. We've built this community and these races based on people not being pro drivers not being the alien drivers. They are. If you look at all the statistics, and I'm happy to share what I've got, they are like the top percentile, 2% or something like that, 3% of the contribution to the racing community. There's not many of them. The likes of Simon Trendle, the likes of Pete Newman, the Stephen Walker, etc. They're aliens. They're in a minority in the community. I'm not interested necessarily in following that kind of level. I will appreciate the opinions of all those people. Some of those people are people who you can give them a black paper bag and a 1 kilowatt motor, and they'll still win the bleeding race. It's about the experience. It's about encouragement. It's about developing drivers into faster drivers. So I'm not more inclined to listen to the SH class driver. Thanks, Ollie. Cheers, mate. Trying to get rid of that as fast as I can, but it's sticking.
It's still sticking, isn't it?
I value it equally. Does that make sense? And that's why this is on.
Okay.
This is why we're doing this. So
I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's good. RDJ, 3-letter acronym. Are you there, please?
Yes, I am here.
Excellent. You've raced with us for an extraordinarily long time, like a lot of the guys in the room at the minute. I'm going to word it a bit differently. What would you do?
I like to turn it off. I never driven without ABS outside the Mazdas, I think. But I think for newcomers, it's a pretty high step up to use. Because they are coming just like I came in. I got the message from Tony, join us in the league, and then you come from officials, and then you come here, and then it's without ABS. Yeah, now I find it more fun. But if you also need to learn the car or so, then I think it's a little bit harder.
So you're saying with more warning for people joining the league, it'd be a more acceptable thing. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, I think so, because I think now it's too short-lived to put it off. But yeah, I like the driving without it. It feels a lot more than a car.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah, fair.
There's no more understeer anymore.
No, true. Thank you for that. And to answer your in chat question, Hilton, yes. And at the same time, no. There's no way to fully police it. So what Hilton's asked is, can the amateurs not use ABS and the pro and pro-am decide? I can't enforce that. So the answer to that is leave all driving aids available, which I'm going to translate that into. Does that make sense, Hilton?
Yeah, no, 100%. No, I was just thinking.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. Think outside the box. Throw it out there. Absolutely, love it.
I just took the car around the track with. Obviously, I'm taking no ABS as a lower setting and allows you to put it on, and the Audi was actually quite fun to drive.
Okay, cool.
It actually made you think a little bit more about what you were doing. So I could imagine in a race, if you're going to go for an overtake, you're going to think twice before sending it from a different place to go.
Yeah, sail it into a barrier somewhere. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Just to add, in the Audi, ABS off is setting 12.
Oh, it's the other way.
Okay. It's the highest setting you can give. Right. Okay. Thank you for that, Jamie. Good correction. Simon Trendle, good evening.
Oh no, I don't have an opinion.
Yeah, you do.
Jamie's got a knife to her throat.
Yeah, you know what? Does he look good in a dress? But
yes, he does.
Oh, excellent! Thanks. Cheers, Carl. Oh, and Jay, he's still under the influence, clearly. So, multiple previous champion of multiple series. You've driven without driving aids and V8s. You've driven every car on the service to death, same as Jamie Wilson. Give me your unadulterated response to turning ABS off.
I'm biased. I drive a V8. That's with ABS. Even when there is ABS, I turn it to minimum usually in most cars. I don't rely on it. What else? Yeah, I mean, I'll just get used to it. I mean, it does take just a bit more brain power. I mean, my problem with me is I just don't like ABS. Not full stop, to be honest. All the cars in iRacing, if I'm using ABS, I end up having to build muscle memory rather than reaction. I was quite enjoying that race where I was having to react to what the car was doing rather than just memorizing a brake point and going, oh no, did I brake too hard or too little? There's actually something to react to. So yeah, I'm biased, but the problem is with pros of 4+5 cars in iRacing is we'll drive anything. We'll get used to it. So
yeah, and I'm in that camp as well, by the way. In the turn it off. And everybody
you wouldn't
will
turn it
get
off
used
because
to
the problem
it.
is in a panic brake situation, it helps. But I want the minimum amount of support because I just want it there for that.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, thank you for that. Very valuable. Mr. Asboth, are you there? Are you going to unmute yourself? Yeah, nice one.
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. Let me find you in here. Where are you? Yeah, there we go. Pretty good result actually tonight. 4th in class.
But I already had emotional damage. So
did you really? Emotional damage.
I wasn't involved.
Could have been better, but and I forgot to update my paint. So
no, it's fine. Everybody did. It's before the season starts.
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Who was that? Who was that? There's only a few people with that one in their library, right? So there's going to be like Jay Corley, Stephen. Carl doesn't know how to do things like that. Who was that? Oh, come on!
I think anybody who
Played
has
in-
access to
played
it
in
can use
innocence.
it.
It was definitely Stephen.
Oh, Stephen, right? Okay, yeah. Right, okay.
It was the emotional damage that set me off.
Right, okay.
I
As long as I
need to
found
actually
out
put
who
that
it was.
on as a soundboard item. I'll look
Oh,
at
yeah.
getting that on the soundboard.
All right, okay. Thomas, sorry, you got interrupted by hilarity. Talk to me about because you're in Pro-Am. You're a very established Pro-Am driver for Spin and Tow Motorsport. I'm wanting to know your opinions on ABS turned off completely, left on for season 25. Left on for 25, but we'll go with it definitely for 26. What would you do if you were the league organizer?
yeah, I have some experience without ABS because I like to drive NASCAR cars and sometimes we do road races. So it wasn't a huge surprise for me. Overall, I think we should stick to the public series because it helps a lot of us to prepare for the race. So it will be a safer choice to stick with the ABS. But for me, either solution is good because I feel like I can drive quite safe with ABS or without ABS. But for seeing the big picture and for the whole grid, I think with ABS will be better. But in especially in the first race, I had so much fun battles. But in the past, I also had some fun battles, and overall, I think that we should stick with ABS for this season, and we should discuss the future.
Right. Okay, that's great feedback. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Right. It's getting to the pointy end. Jamie Wilson. Evening.
Oh, no, go for Pete Newman first.
Hey? No,
you said you're going to leave me till last.
No, I have honestly discussed this to death in the broadcast with Pete Newman. Unless you got any other new opinions, Pete.
No. I mean, just reiterate what we said earlier, and pretty much what everyone else has said here. So
cool. No, good.
Fair enough. I forgot Pete went to the booth.
Yeah, and one of his
I had time in that second race.
One of his most
what did he say?
It was mostly nonsense, but but he said everybody else is slower than him, haha, and
exactly like that.
Yeah,
Prick.
Yeah. He also said something very valuable that I hadn't considered, and that is practice time for people is quite limited, and when you take away an assist, you could be effectively driving more time into their required practice, depending on their skill level, so or time available in their lives. So I will take that into account as well. And it was a very valuable comment. I have two columns written down in front of me at the minute. One says, turn it on. Sorry, technically I've got three. One's got turn it on, turn it off right now. One's got turn it on and turn it off for 26. And one is turn it, keep it on forever. Jamie, we've exchanged masses. Oh, where are you on track? Need to select your car. Where is it? There. We've discussed at length lots of different discussions. I've hopefully been as open and honest as I can be with you in our private discussions and in the consultants discussion. Where are you sitting now in your own understanding of what you would want to do with this?
Well, I mean, my position's quite obvious. It's the same position I've had since August 2019, which is when the Audi was announced but hadn't come out yet. Because I did a bit of research on it and found that IMSA runs ABS, and we were getting the IMSA car. So that was the first point. There's a forum post I made at the time saying like it'd be nice if we had the option. It was a different mechanism, but if we had the option to have like a fixed setup, but only one parameter to be fixed, because then we could do this. And I think there was another post about it when the other cars came out a few years later. So I've been pretty consistent on this. It's not like it's new functionality, better use it because it's new. No, it's it's the position I've had the whole time. I think we look at touring car racing, and I'm going to extend it to like BTCC as well, because that's probably the higher profile one. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of us here follow, and in the community generally, are interested in touring cars in some part, be it now or in historic terms from the BTCC and associated such series. And I think the sort of racing that we do here is more closely aligned to that than it is to the like IMSA endurance type racing that kind of spawns these cars in iRacing, such as the world of licensing that was just how it had to be at the time. I think that the part of the reason that racing in real life is exciting as it is, and it's something that we generally should aim to emulate as best we can, is because there isn't any sort of driver aid type stuff. I think if you were to add it in real life now, it would be immensely controversial. It's just unfortunate in the sim that we've kind of had it the other way around, and it's difficult to articulate how something can be a benefit if it has more risk associated with it in the short term, at least.
Yes, no, that makes sense.
It's the short term thing that I think a lot of people are kind of worried about. Is it going to be chaos? It's going to take ages to learn. This kind of thing. I think there are some people that have managed to pick it, and I've watched people enter the sessions that I've put up, and even when they're not in like the chat or whatever, I've watched people do their sort of first 6-7 laps, and there's a pattern. Everyone has a huge off on like lap 3, or by lap 3 they normally have, and then they just slowly kind of adapt to it. And for some people it is going to take a bit longer, and that's just probably a sign that you're probably overusing the ABS in the other series. But I think if we were to have a season, be it this or next, I think after maybe 2 or 3 rounds, everyone's going to be figured out, bias and valve and this kind of thing to an extent that what they can pretty much be there or thereabouts out of the box. It may not take 5 minutes. It may take, a couple of weeks of these races. I suppose the other point I'd make is that famously, I have a gripe with the concept of fixed setups, and that's also long established.
Yes.
And this kind of leans into that, because one of the reasons that I have that view is that by having a fixed setup, it disincentivizes people from learning anything. If you don't understand how to adjust even a basic adjustment like wing in a car or something, if there's no incentive for you to do that because you can't, then you never will, and you'll always be driving like a car that's in this kind of like snapshot position forever. I think by having the option of ABS off now, we have. I think it teaches people more about what the car's actually doing under the hood. I think a lot of people talk about leaning on ABS. I think when they say that, they mean leaning more on the front in a kind of heavy braking situation. But I think a lot of the people, especially those that are struggling a little bit to just get the handle of it straight away, is that the ABS is also acting on the rear on brake release and that kind of thing. Not very much, but enough to kind of it's still affecting your brake. It's whatever your foot's doing, your car's doing 25-50% less than that if you look at the telemetry. And brake release is a key part of how to drive a touring car, because unlike rear wheel drive cars, if we were running a BMW M2, or I don't know, something equivalent to this but rear wheel drive, it would be a different kind of argument, because those cars just don't quite have the same reliance on the braking feel as these do by definition.
Yeah.
As I say, I think having ABS on is disincentivizing people from learning how they're making mistakes, but not realizing they're making mistakes in ABS. And they just, as Simon said, you rely more on muscle memory than judgment. And I think introducing that judgment back into things will make people better drivers, not just in the officials, but also in other forms of car on the service.
No, and so I will now summarize what I've got.
Sorry, Pete, can I just add one thing?
No, absolutely. Add as many things as you need to.
Just as a meta thing, I'm super grateful for everyone that's turned up, not just to this one tonight, but the one I ran the other night, and for everyone that has earnestly given this a go.
Invoices in the post, mate.
one of my fears with this, as I say, there's going to be a resistance to any form of change, whatever it is. That's just how anything works, right? I wouldn't put myself up on this hill to die on if I didn't truly believe that it was a good thing for everyone. It's just difficult to convince people of something that I think is going to be better for them, but may have a little bit of a bitter taste to start with, but it just takes a bit of time. So I'm really glad that we haven't had too many people that have come in, barreled off on their first lap and gone, no, it's rubbish. So I'm really grateful for everyone that's come to these and has put it in and asked for help. Help is here. I've guided a bunch of people through how brake valves work and that kind of thing. I'm happy to do that ad infinitum if required, not a problem. And thank you, Pete, for sort of turning this into what it is. Garage 101. I'm putting ABS in the bin.
Yep.
So yeah, super grateful to everyone.
Very very diplomatic and magnanimous of you to say so, and we appreciate everything that you do for the league. Absolutely, honestly, everything you do for the league, it's enormous, the contribution that you make. Okay, so here we are, folks. It's crunch time. I've got a few things written down. I've got more than a few things written down. I'm going to try and distill them into stuff that makes sense. I've got written down ABS as a con, because I think it is. I think it draws you into driving in a driving style that is cheating you of understanding how the car actually behaves. I have written down well, one of the things I've written down the most, the feature that is written next to me the most times is time. Lots of people have mentioned it, whether that be time to practice, whether that be time in proximity to season start, whether that be time in order to adjust driving styles. I've got time written down 9 times from the times that we have discussed with various different people. I have not written down time as Jay Corley is currently perceiving it, which is over a distended amount and a shortened distance. So yeah, that's a bit of mind-bending stuff going on for Mr. Corley and the Cypress Hill gang. What? What? Is that your best response through the haze? Is it? Okay.
It's just insane in the membrane, you know.
Insane in the brain. But yes, I think it probably is. I need to make a decree, and I'm going to make it now, and it's not going to fulfill the hopes and dreams of anyone at all. Based on the balance of argument from tonight, the balance of evidence from what I've heard, I'm going to decree that for season 25, all driving aids will be enabled. You can switch it off if you wish. If it gives you a massive speed benefit, crack on, and make it work for you. But I guarantee you this. In season 26, ABS will be turned off for TCR Challenge Cup BSTV.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. that being the case,
yeah. Sorry,
I will host session in the same way that Carl does a session every Monday. I will do a session that mirrors BSTV this season every Sunday. We might put a little race at the end of it or something and have a little unofficial thing going off sort of on the side. So anyone that wants to join that to get used to it in advance, I know it's obviously 13 weeks away, 12 weeks away now. But if you want to get a head start, then I will enable the mechanism for people to do so.
Thank you, Jamie. And I was going to say, BSTV will fund all sessions, and I will host all sessions of an academy style training, because I have no intention. It is absolutely counterproductive to this community for me to make a decision which destroys the community. This is the strongest league we've ever had. TCR Challenge Cup is the best attended, most routinely attended series we have ever put onto a broadcast. And that has spanned from the point at which we were racing GT4s with it. I have no intention of cutting off my own arms just to placate an argument. But what I will say is, I want the very best from every BSTV racer, and I honestly and truly believe that switching ABS off will provide an almost mirroring skill set and enhancement for everybody, in the same way that racing in V8s does. You race a V8, you can race anything you like, a skateboard if you want, on the iRacing service. It gives you every single educational benefit that you could ever want, and I want that for the TCR community. So if that doesn't match with what you want for the future, I'm going to say it now. I will be switching ABS off for season 26.
Yeah, so just going on that, Pete, like you've given us a whole season to get this into practice. So I personally will now run no ABS. And if I find myself off pace, I will start introducing a little bit at a time to see if that gives me the advantage. Back for myself, nobody else, obviously. But for me now, I'm obviously going to treat this as a practice season ready for 26.
No, very good and well said. Sorry, go on, Hilton.
No, I was just saying 100% agree, and I will stick my hand up, Jamie. If I need any help, I'll shout. I did try the Audi on 12, which is, I soon found out that's no traction. Oh, no ABS. when it snaps, it's fun. But that was me. That wasn't the car. That was me going too fast in turn 2. But other than that, it actually felt you feel a lot more in the car. So I'm happy with that decision.
Excellent. And Jeff, sorry, Carl, you need to read Jeff's statement on the chat. Sorry, go on, Jamie.
I was just going to say that one of the big, obviously, challenges is that it doesn't currently match the officials, which is unfortunate. The reason for that is that the officials aren't affiliated with a real series. If it was, if they had some tie-in with TCR Europe or some other TCR series, then they would be incentivized to match the rule set in the same way they are for DTM, GT3, and IMPC for TCR and that kind of thing. If we have a relatively high-ish profile league running it successfully, for a time, then I hope it kind of sparks some sort of impetus that maybe the officials could run without ABS in the future. And having a user base that is already doing that, I think, can only help that.
We could be that catalyst, really.
Yeah.
If
we have
word
TCR cord
spreads,
ban here, so
I don't think that would ever happen due to the license agreement.
Yeah.
Well, the license is IMSA, so as long as there's IMPC, the TCR only series isn't affiliated with anything.
No, but the cars are still there because of that IMSA license.
We do have really nice TCR stickers on the cars because
yeah,
of
well,
that
it could
TCR
happen.
agreement.
Can I just ask a question as well? When people are saying I can feel more what the car's doing, can you explain to me exactly what the difference is that you feel between ABS on and ABS off?
It's a really good question. So anybody want to help Stephen?
Mike, because I have a crappy non-direct drive wheel.
I think it's the understeer, Stephen. Because when you're going into ABS into the corner, that's no problem because you brake harder and it's easier. But when you're using it in the corner, then you feel so much understeer. And now without ABS, you don't have understeer anymore in the corner, and you feel really what the car is doing. And maybe guys like you, like Aliens, didn't hit ABS in the corners because that's faster in the corner. And I think that's the difference. What I felt tonight is, the car feels connected because it's not understeery.
When you get a corner right, it feels more satisfying. It's hard to explain. But
yeah,
I'm driving better, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with Ronald. Like, I've had no understeer at all tonight.
I think for me it was actually feeling what the brake bias was doing.
And the brake, and the brake.
Yeah.
So in that first race, the rear started to get a little bit loose, so I knew I had to move the brake bias up. And then just a click or two, I was almost doing that every lap. So I ended up a good few clicks above where I was. But
why don't you tell me that stuff?
Because it's funny.
Because he's fat.
Would you not think that the lack of understeer is because you're more conscious about what you're doing in the braking zone, so you're not carrying as much speed? I know that initiating the ABS does give understeer when I drive GT4s. Obviously, that's a different car, but yeah, absolutely, you want to stay out of the ABS as much as possible. As soon as you start to apply any sort of turning into the corner.
I think for me it was in that final phase where this helped a little bit more. So I'm going to be very interested now to just use the normal setup with ABS on, but change the brake bias to similar to what I had tonight.
Yeah.
And see if that feel translates over to ABS, and then kind of what I was saying to Pete on like before we jumped in this podcast thing. It's it might actually translate over and make you a bit faster with the ABS on.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, we're all missing that little bit extra to like the likes of Ross and a few others up there. So
Are these the aliens?
And not saying that that's the key, but just having more of an understanding and feel of what was going on underneath me without it might potentially help with it.
I think, Stephen, you're probably at the level, and just it's a particular skill of yours, admittedly, that your judgment of the ABS and not getting on it and this kind of thing with it on is very, very good. And so you're the kind of least exposed to the difference. For me, it's more about, and bearing in mind I've changed cars here, so this can't be the perfect feedback, but I'm finding that braking into a corner, sort of not the initial stab on the brakes, but just like as you're starting to release, the kind of ambition with no ABS is to get the inside rear to not lock up, obviously, but to just under rotate the slightest bit to then sort of grab the car and lurch it towards the apex in a controlled fashion, not over the top. There's like a balance you do on the pedal. I think with ABS, you don't really get any feedback that that's happening. You're just on the pedal. It's a bit kind of digital. So that for me is the biggest kind of difference in feel.
Yeah, and what you've just said, Jamie and Stephen, actually is another aspect I hadn't even considered. Not everybody's got the same kit. So there's a few of us out there with direct drive wheels. We've spent a fortune on a rig that costs 20 grand, and they've got a PC that can run NASA. But
I can't. My money goes on food.
Yeah, yours is just the Tesco.com site, isn't it, or something?
Donuts, apparently.
And nothing you try it.
Yeah.
Did you say pack of donuts or pallet?
Pallets of donuts. Yeah. But it's also true. So we've got, again, time. It seems to be a feature. Time is this factor that other people have mentioned multiple times throughout tonight. Carl's got none of it. Who's laughing?
That was me. Jay's just put in the chat.
What's Jay put in the chat? In which chat? TCR chat?
The Discord.
Okay, I'm like Jean-Michel Jarre of chats right now. What's he putting here? What's it going on? Matt, can I even repeat it or not? Is it disgraceful? What's this? I'm trying to scroll. In that case, brilliant. Thank you. We've got a me. No, we've not. We've got a GIF of Homer Simpson in hell eating donuts, and hell is the devil is getting frustrated because he can't overfeed Homer Simpson. So brilliant.
Just on the subject of time as well, just to say.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
iRacing somewhat trolled us all with this because in the dev blog they sort of listed this feature was coming, but in the section of these are things we're going to do in the future after this build. And then it suddenly appeared like, whoa, hang on. So yeah, I tried to initiate the discussion at the earliest point humanly possible. So
yeah,
but
no.
It isn't enough. Yeah,
no, and
I completely accept that. Yeah.
Creating realism in a thing called a sim. I know that Stephen said game before, and it's a massive wavy grey line in between sim and game.
Runs on a computer. It's a game.
Yeah. What are you sat in right now? Are you sat in a rig?
I'm sat in a seat.
Is the seat attached to a rig? Well, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, but people do that for Gran Turismo, which is
exactly,
on a console, which is a game.
Point out, if you go to the iRacing site, it does say game.
But isn't Gran Turismo the real driving simulator?
Yeah.
You've got me there, Jay. My apologies.
I once at work
Go on, Jamie.
Was involved in a project to move an oil rig simulator.
What?
That was not an oil rig game.
No, I bet it wasn't. I bet it was the size of a small city, was it?
It was a bunch of kit in like 6 racks.
Oh, fair enough. No, I think that's unless I mean Laura Pascal, you're the newcomers to BSTV. And we've hopefully had a very healthy conversation. I've probably appeased nobody at all whatsoever with the decision I've made. But what is your decision as newcomers to BSTV? I would love you to be part of the community for a very long time, as I do with everybody. But do
Liar.
you shush,
Liar.
shush, everybody shush. What's your opinion? We'll start with Pascal first.
Yeah. My decision on what?
On keeping ABS in and using it as an alternative for this season, an option for this season, and then definitely switching it off for 26. Would you?
Yeah.
Does that seem reasonable to you?
Yeah, I think this is the absolute right decision because there's been like 50-50 the opinions, and I think going the middle way, like having it long term, is the right thing to do. I think Jamie just did a perfect speech, describing the whole thing. So I can't say it better than that. So yeah, I think for the people who like want to transition and everything, yeah, it's the most comfortable thing. And as Carl said, we can just turn it off if we want to ourselves. I'm gonna drive without ABS, but you're to each their own.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's
Cool.
totally the right call. And also, I wanted to say on the matter, I really like how you guys managed this. It kind of feels like I said this to Laura already. It kind of feels like an episode of Monty Python. All the British guys with the British humor.
That's funny. That's good. I like it.
Really, really nice dynamic between everyone. Yeah, but yeah, totally right call.
Do this
I'm
every
happy
week.
with that.
It's like this every week. There's nothing like this every week.
Group therapy.
Yeah. Laura, any feedback?
To be honest, really nicely.
If you can get a word in, Laura.
Yeah, from my side, also pretty okay, I guess. Like 2 or 3 days ago, I was the first time I raced TCRs without ABS, and Jamie showed me or told us how to like set up the cars with the rear brake valve and stuff. And then it was nice, and I think we need to make like a little post or info post for the people how like what to expect and what they need to change, so they know.
It's good advice.
Hey, I want to try that, but yeah, if you take the shop setup, it just kills you. And I think we talked in our team about it because we are at the moment 4 people from our team joining the league, and everybody wanted to have no ABS, but everybody was also fine with having ABS because yeah, we can turn it off or just not go into it. And yeah, having the safety like for another season and everybody has time to practice now, I think is maybe the right decision.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's very, very valuable. And on the balance of that, rather, I've just created a channel in TCR which is called the BSTV TCR BSTV ABS Academy. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna I'll fund all the sessions if I get told when the most optimal day time combination is to do that. And we can start setting up some sessions to get people in the right place for season 26 if they want to be part of it. It's not going to be for everybody, I get that. I will say thank you to everybody that joined us in the chat. Thanks Hilton for joining us from the chat, if that makes any sense, from the typing chat. And yeah, cheers. This will always be the way that I will run the league until it doesn't work anymore. I don't see it ever not working though. It's a brilliant community. We've not got any intentions of damaging it or changing the way that we run it. Things have been different in the past, and thankfully they have changed for now and for the future. Jay, have you got any sobriety about you? Any comments before we call an end to this world's longest podcast?
Not really. Just pretty much mirroring what a lot of people already said. Like the way that we have, as a community, have come together to not only discuss this but also try it out and give ourselves an opportunity to have our minds changed is pretty commendable. It's great and just shows how tight knit this community is. I think the decision that has been made at the end, I feel I've already typed it in the chat in the Discord anyway, but it is probably the closest that we're going to be able to get to pleasing as many people as possible, whilst at the same time treating this as a regulation change rather than just like changing it straight away. Like you get some racing series like IndyCar that do change stuff on the fly and it goes terribly wrong. But if we treat it as a regulation change, we can also use it as ammunition to advertise the league for season 26, where some people will specifically look for a series that has no ABS or less driving aids. I mean, look at the Porsche Cup. I think it's been discussed before when the Porsche Cup got its change and it got all its traction control and ABS put in. A lot of people were really put off by it because it was one of the last cars or last popular cars on iRacing where you could just jump in and it was more about driver skill rather than the car doing most of the work. So if we sort of have that as advertisement for season 26, I think we could get a really wide range of driver wanting to come in and try something new. But because we've had a talk with it about it tonight, we're putting measures in place to get practice in it at the same time. We can also, as a group, give ourselves a head start as well to get used to what a lot of newcomers to TCR would see as a completely different way of driving a car, which already is quite niche in the first place.
Yeah, no, good point. And don't get me wrong, the realism side of sim racing is the reason that I started with iRacing anyway. Well, actually, that's an absolute fundamental lie. I was racing R Factor 2 and got frustrated by the fact that you couldn't race with other people unless you spent 16 weeks trying to organise a group of people that were available on the right day, like the same car as you, like the same track as you, were willing to join a session with you, and then you got a league together. iRacing provided such a better opportunity for that. So the reason I'm with iRacing is because I had no patience at the time. But realism for me is a key factor, and improving the racing skill of the driver is a key factor. I think removing the ABS from these cars will enable that for everyone, any skill level. And if I could do it right now and not have a complete well, there's not going to be a complete disaster. That's me, going to a ridiculous extreme. If I could do that right now and not upset what we've currently got going on too much, then I would do it. And I am absolutely 100% wedded and nailed to the fact that we will be switching ABS off for season 26.
I think if we knew it was coming, if we knew it was coming 6 weeks ago, we would have had the academy up and running since then.
Yes, yeah,
which is we didn't.
Right. Yeah.
So.
No, well said, and you're absolutely right. I think it's a great step forward for the car. I think it's a massive improvement for the series. If I could be that spearhead of change that Jay just described, and say to the whole iRacing community and all the leagues, here's 2 fingers to you. We did it first. I think we probably still will be the series that do it first. And I think it would be brilliant if we could influence the official series to drop ABS permanently, because why is it still there? Only 20% of the real world TCR leagues actually use it. Would be. Oh, sorry, go on again.
Sorry, just to add. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but just to add that sometimes this is a thing that I've always felt strongly about in a league context as well. Is that here we tend to sort of take an extra step beyond what a lot of other leagues do. So we run, custom number decals with all the drivers' names on the windscreens. We don't have to do that, but we do. We don't have to have a myriad of different formats that Pete has to muck about with the UI, which is just awful to do for all this kind of stuff and whatever. We don't have to do that, but we do. There's all sorts of the class system. We run 3 classes here, which was a lot of ball ache to set up, as Sam will attest. We don't have to do that, but we do. these are all slightly hard things to do, but we find there's value in doing them. So we don't just want the easiest option. This is a bit different because it's not just a procedural thing. It's a bit more than that. But I think it's hard to get people accustomed to something that initially sounds harder, but in my opinion isn't. And so we're doing it, and it's a great differentiator for us. But not in a way that's harmful if you're doing the officials, I think. And also, there are other myriad of other TCR leagues out there that you can augment your TCR experience, and all of them are slightly different. But I think we'll be among the most different.
No, absolutely. It'd be great to switch it on right now. Just don't think it's that word. It's time. Thanks to everybody that's currently in the chat and has been in the chat and has contributed to tonight, and Sam, who needed to go and get to bed for work in the morning. All you guys in Europe who are an hour ahead of everybody else, or maybe 2 hours ahead of everybody else that's in this chat at the minute. Thank you for your contribution late at night on a Sunday night. I think this has been one of the most valuable sessions, in inverted commas, I've ever had in terms of racing, iRacing, the league, etc. And I fundamentally and wholeheartedly appreciate everything that you've contributed to this evening. It's not about me, it's not about money, it's not about anything other than this community and making great racing for everybody else. I've set up the channel. That is the start of a journey. We've got 13 weeks now to see us to season 26 when ABS will get turned off. Thanks everybody, and I'll bring this broadcast to a close.
Cheers, Pete.
Thanks a lot all.
Have a
Can I
good
just
night,
add
all.
that
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, Hayden, I'm listening.